The Tops Bob has been a fantastic bestseller for Tops for the last few years. Been at the top of their selling list. Just a great overall, bushcraft and fieldcraft knife, and has really been a home run for Tops knives. So what they've given us is the Tops Knives Mini Scandi knife. This is just the mini version of what you see here. Hey everybody, Aaron here with Gideon's Tactical. Welcome to another episode. We're going to be checking out the Tops Bob's little brother, the Tops Mini Scandi knife, or MSK. That's what we're going to be checking out today. We're going to do a little field test and just kind of show you the ins and outs of this blade and see if it's worth a purchase for you to get the shrunk down version of the very classic Tops Bob. So let's go ahead and begin to get out there. I'll give you some basic specs and then we'll begin to use the MSK by Tops. Okay, so let's look at the MSK 2.5. 2.5 kind of gives it away and is a little confusing because it's not 2.5 inches of cutting edge, it's 3 inches of cutting edge. So that's really nice that they give you 3 inches from the tip to the handle scale, and that's the same as the cutting edge. So 3 inches, so this is going to be legal in a lot of states for you as well. If you're looking for maybe a little EDC fixed blade, that's really nice that it's 3 inches on the dot. Then you have an 1/8 of an inch thick full tang construction on the knife. It is 1095 high carbon steel, Rockwell hardness 56 to 58, and then again with that awesome Scandi grind, real nice. So no secondary bevel here, so it's very easy to resharpen and real nice and sharp, wicked sharp, with a very good, precise, not delicate, but precise tip. So you can do a lot of EDC use as well as woods use with this particular type of blade. Half is traction coated right here on the top, and this is uncoated, so this is going to rust real quick on you. So you just need to really maintain your edge, oil it regularly. Then you got your micarta handle scales, real nice little lanyard hole right there. Good set of jimping as well, real nice traction on the MSK 2.5. Just let's see here. Overall length from its tip right here to the back of the handle is 6 1/8 of an inch total length. I do not have a weight on it, but comparing it with my other knives, I would say total package with the Kydex sheath is right around 4 ounces total carry weight. So that's real nice. That's a real nice and lightweight little blade that we got here before us. So now that you've kind of just seen the ins and outs and just a little bit close up and personal, let's begin to kind of use and do some tasks with the MSK 2.5. Real nice to see how well that Scandi grind just clears that branch right here. Very easy to process this wood. Very, very nice. Easily makes a spear, easily cleans off the wood, gets through the knots, and then, you can do a little thumb notch if you need to, and, remove the piece of wood real quick if you had to right there. Real nice design, just so easy in your hand, just disappears in your hand. I'm really impressed with that. I just really wasn't expecting that with such a small handle, how this knife really does do a lot of work for you and just kind of disappears and feels like it just becomes part of your hand and what you're doing as you're processing your wood and doing what you need to. Again, very easy here to that thumb cut, boom, cuts right through that wood. Real nice and easy with this Tops MSK. All right, here's the Tops MSK, cutting some heavy-duty nylon rope. We'll see how it does with that Scandi grind. Boom, going right through that heavy-duty nylon rope. That's awesome. Oh yeah, I mean, no pressure at all. Just like its big brother, the Tops Bob, this thing is going to be able to cut through your nylon rope and materials so easily, like butter. The MSK goes through nylon rope and webbing. So this blade is not the best cardboard cutter, as you can see. It does all right, and particularly when we cut that flap off, as long as you do kind of a sawing motion. But it's just a thick blade. It's an 1/8 of an inch thick. That's pretty thick for cardboard cutting. Much thinner blades would be better. It does the job, but if you're looking for a knife, a fixed blade that's going to, cut a ton of cardboard for you, this probably isn't the blade for you. Similar to the Azula in that it can do it, but it's just not very good at it. Kind of tears, and it's kind of tough, even with that Scandi grind, to go through some of that cardboard. And a lot of it is just the thickness of the blade at 1/8 of an inch thick. Great for wilderness stuff, but just not the best for your cardboard cutting task. Gets the job done, but just barely. All right, so I want to try something a little different. We're going to try and chop down this little sapling here. It is about 2 inches in diameter. You just get a little batoning stick, and we're going to see if this little Tops MSK can do the job for us here. Nice. Just kind of going at a 45-degree angle there. Get a couple upstrokes as well. Nice. There it goes. Just chop down a little tiny tree, sapling, with your MSK. So if you had to, you could do that type of work with this little tiny 3-inch fixed blade. So the tip is great on the MSK for a lot of your stabbing, prying needs that you might have, because it's defined enough that you can really get in there and do some really detailed work, but also strong enough that you can definitely do some stabbing. And it's definitely designed, you could definitely do some light stabbing with this knife. I wouldn't say that it's necessarily like a little last ditch self-defense knife. I think you could do that. You can see there I'm doing bare hands. You got a really nice deep finger guard right here. Then you got your traction jimping on the other side. So I think you could possibly do that. It's just not what it's designed for. But you can see there I can definitely get some good stabbing in. I'm not worried about the tip breaking or snapping on me. And I guess if you had to, any knife that you have on you, if that's what you needed it to do, it could do that with this MSK. Definitely do some stabbing, and I think the traction's there that you might be able to use as a self-defense. Obviously, again, not designed for that, but you could probably do that if you wanted to put your MSK into, God forbid, a self-defense role. Okay, here's the MSK on me. This is how it originally comes. It comes with a nice little chain, that's pretty good in length. And you just sort of designed to wear it originally as a neck knife. You can carry it all sorts of different ways. But as a neck knife, I'm going to kind of scoot back here just a little bit so you can see how quickly you can deploy it and just kind of how it hangs on me. So let's go ahead and take a look at that. All right, so here you go. Here it is on me. Real nice. And I can just tug. Boom. There's the blade. Use it how I need to. Lock it right back into place. Real nice and secure. It's not going to accidentally come out. And again, boom. You just tug it. Use it how you need to. And if you want to carry it underneath, you can carry it underneath your shirt. You can see here it is right there. Let me see if I can show you. It's right here. So very, slim, unobtrusive, nice, small profile to carry if you want to carry it concealed. Or again, take it out. There she is. And boom, you pull it out. Use your little MSK how you want and click it back into place. Great little neck knife design. So another way you can carry your MSK is attached to your belt. You can see here it's hanging, and again that Kydex is really nice and strong and secure. And I just ran a little bit of paracord, attached it to my belt. You can even bring it up a little higher if you wanted to, but there's just an average shirt that you would wear. If you just don't like carrying it in a neck knife style, you could totally do that, and you still can grab it, pull it, use it, and then click it back into place. Real nice and easy carrying it on your belt, just kind of in that dangling position. Another great way to carry your MSK. All right, so in this video, you've heard me compare the MSK to the Azula and Azula 2 by Essie. Right up here, we have the Azula 2 up at top. I just want to kind of give you a little bit of perspective. Your Azula 2 is going to have a much larger handle. Fill out your hand really well. I have large size hands, and you can see I have plenty to spare on my pinky back there. Got the micarta handle scales on that. Whereas with the MSK, my pinky isn't even on the handle. So the handle on the MSK is a lot thinner and slimmer, whereas the Azula will be a lot thicker and wider. I like the Kydex sheath on the MSK. Not as big a fan of the polymer plastic sheath that the Azula or Azula 2 come with. And the MSK will be slightly lighter. It's going to weigh a little less than your Azula 2 that we have here. and the blade length is a little bit longer on the MSK than it is on the Azula 2. Both have 1095 high carbon steel blades, full flat ground, Scandi ground on the MSK. And the price point is going to be around $70 for the normal colors in the Azula 2 with the micarta handle scales, and $60 for the MSK. So those are just some comparisons. I love both those knives. They're great blades. I tend to kind of gravitate, the more I use it, to the MSK. Just kind of fits my needs a little bit more. I like how it fits, just disappears in my hand. Feels great. But again, the handle's really small, and for those of you with really big hands, you may not really enjoy it. But I have really come to like the handle on the MSK when I originally thought I just wouldn't. It just disappears in your hand, feels really good, like the Kydex sheath, all those things. So both great blades. I like the MSK a little bit more than the Azula 2. Well, everybody, you've seen the MSK in action, and you know, when I originally purchased it and got it in hand, I wasn't all that thrilled. You know, I was like, yeah, it's all right, but you know, it's just going to probably be like with the Azula 2, which isn't a bad little knife, but it's just not really my cup of tea. But once we got out here and we began to use it, carve with it, cut, do different things with it, it really disappeared in my hand and just began to kind of become just a part of my hand. And that's what I love. You know, when a knife does that for me, and it basically became, you know, kind of felt like a sixth finger, and then it just was able to do whatever my hand wanted it to do. It just did it and just disappeared. It became part of me. And so Tops just did a great job making the MSK become just a part of what I'm doing, and is very capable at 3 inches of doing most of all your, you know, small whittling, carving, bushcraft, you know, those type of things that you would need to do around a campsite or on a hiking trip or just in your bushcrafting, you know, skills and, you know, honing those. I think it is a great blade, particularly to pair with a very large blade, you know, maybe an SP50 or, you know, an SE Hungalis or an RTAC 2, you know, or a Tops Condor or something like that. You know, be a great little knife to pair with something bigger, as well as the Kydex sheath. That's a great little Kydex sheath that they gave us, a lot better than the Palmer plastic ones that come with the Azula and Azula 2. And you know, at $60, I think that's a great price point, better than you know, it's about the same price as a micarta handled Azula, and I would definitely take this over an Azula, and then it's $15 cheaper than an Azula 2, and even gives me a little bit longer blade length at 3 inches. So I would highly recommend it over an Azula, and I say it's right there neck and neck with an Azula 2, and I like it more than the Azula 2 for the reasons that I've already previously mentioned. So awesome. I'd recommend picking them up at KnifeWorks, is where I purchased this one for $58, and they give you free shipping at over $100 worth of purchasing. If you purchase $100 or more, it's free shipping. So for me, I bought something else with it, and you know, at $58, totally worth every penny. The MSK is a home run by Tops. Thanks for watching, everybody. Stay equipped, stay prepared. We'll see you out there.